now in high definition. Coverage you can count on. This is KSLA News 12 at 5.
As we always say whenever we're confronted with a storm, hope for the best even as you prepare for the worst.
Tracking Tropical Storm Isaac as it barrels directly to Louisiana's Gulf Coast. The storm could make landfall near New Orleans almost 7 years to the day after Hurricane Katrina struck. Residents across the state prepare for the storm to hit. Here's a live look at a 4-camera traffic cam in Baton Rouge. You can see all motorists headed west and out of New Orleans ahead of Isaac. And at this point, 23 parishes have declared a state of emergency. And those who choose to stay are now preparing their homes and businesses for impact. The top winds of Tropical Storm Isaac are clocked at 65 miles per hour as the storm targets a wide stretch of the Gulf Coast. It's expected to make landfall as soon as tomorrow, possibly as a Category 1 hurricane. And we have team coverage tonight covering all angles of Tropical Storm Isaac. We're starting things off here in the Weather Center with Storm Tracker Steve. And Steve, looks like Louisiana is going to take a direct hit.
If the track continues as it is right now, yes, Louisiana is going to take a direct hit, and New Orleans in particular is going to take a direct hit from it. This is what it's looking like on the last 3 hours. In the lower right-hand corner of your screen, that is Isaac. You can see the rotation with that. It is moving off towards the northwest, almost straight at New Orleans. This is the National Hurricane Center's update on it, and this is just brand new here. Pat said 65 miles an hour. We're now up to 70. You get up to 75, it's a hurricane. So we're close. Winds off, the storm is tracking off towards northwest at 12 miles an hour, and pressure continues to fall. So this is the track from the Hurricane Center. About 1 o'clock tomorrow morning near New Orleans, and it could be a Category 2 now. That's also an update that things have changed within the last hour, that it could make landfall as a Category 2 if it gets strengthened. Look at this track here. If you follow just on the western side of that line, notice how much of the Arklatex could be involved if this storm goes a little west of what the forecast is. And there could be a lot of impact in the Arklatex, including chances for showers, perhaps even some tornadoes. That's more information that we will be talking about here as we go through the next 24 hours. Take a look outside right now. This is the KSLA Storm Tracker 12 live Doppler network. We already have some showers. No severe weather in the Arklatex currently. I'm going to track these showers for you. Come up with the KSLA Storm Tracker 12 forecast in just a few minutes. Right now, if you need to track these storms, you want to get some more information anytime, night or day, go to KSLA.com. We have our hurricane tracker up there right now so that you can check some of the information. And on some of those maps, you can get current information, pressure out in the Gulf. You can even get some temperature readings out there, some wind readings. And so this will keep you up to date as Isaac is tracking in towards the Arklatex. It is KSLA.com. It's coverage you can count on. Pat?
Steve, thanks. Happening right now, nearly 120 students and faculty from Dillard College out of New Orleans are headed to Centenary College in Shreveport. The two schools are sister colleges and have worked together for evacuations in the past. Now, Dillard University decided today that it was best not to wait out the storm.
We did receive word this afternoon at around 1 o'clock that they were planning on evacuating. They've already ordered the buses, the students. We expect to get here later tonight.
At that point, Centenary started setting up parts of the college for the students' arrival. And coming up at 6, we're going to give you an exclusive look inside preparations at Centenary and how the college braces for evacuees. States of emergency have been issued ahead of Tropical Storm Isaac for 4 Gulf states. Homeland Security leaders from across Louisiana just wrapped up a briefing about an hour ago. And KSLA News 12's Brittany Pieper is live at the Bossier City Civic Center tonight, which has been turned into a shelter for evacuees. And Brittany, what did you find out at this afternoon's briefing?
Well, the bottom line of the briefing was they hope that they don't have to take in lots of evacuees, but they are prepared if that happens. Now, here in the Bossier Civic Center, you'll see there are 2 different kinds of beds. That's because this is a special needs medical shelter. So you have these larger beds for patients who are mostly bedridden, and then these beds are for their home health givers. And there's about 200 beds here. This is one of 3 of the special needs medical shelters in the state, one in Baton Rouge, one in Alexandria, and one here. And as I said again, they hope they never have to open this one.
The one in Baton Rouge is open, and the one in Bossier City at the Bossier Civic Center is ready. It is not open. It will be filled in that sequence of fill. We'll fill Baton Rouge, Alexandria, and then Bossier with medical special needs.
Now, this is video of some of the Bossier City inmates setting up the shelter earlier today, so they are ready and prepared if need be. But they want to let people know that this is not the type of shelter where you can just walk in and get help. This is a special medical needs shelter, so the DHH, Department of Health and Hospitals, has to send you here. If you want to go to another shelter, there are other options like LSUS and a few others in the city of Shreveport, but the Bossier Civic Center is not one of them. This is only for special medical needs. Again, the bottom line of the briefing today with the Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness is that the North Louisiana area is prepared, but they're hoping they won't have to take in very many evacuees. Reporting live in Bossier City, Brittany Pieper, KSLA News 12.
Brittany, thanks. We'll check back with you at 6. Now, with all eyes on the Gulf, the Red Cross shelter in Shreveport opened its doors just about an hour ago. KSLA News 12's Adam Hooper is live from the LSUS Physical Education Building, where the shelter is located. And Adam, last time the shelter opened, they took in more than 1,000 people. What are they doing this time?
Well, Pat, I'm told this particular shelter at LSUS is going to be rated for about 600 to 800 people. You're right, last time it did, or for Katrina, it did hold over 1,000, but they're going to try to max it out at least 800 people this time. Now, let's take a look at the gym so far. What you're going to see here is going to be cots like these set up all over the basketball court here. Now, joining me now is Michelle Davison with the American Red Cross. I know you guys are working very closely with the local and state agencies. I know you weren't sure you were going to have to open this gym up, but you went ahead and did it at around 4 o'clock. Tell me why.
Well, we opened up the gym because at LSU because there really was a need for people that are beginning to come forward, come up to our part of the state. We don't expect a huge influx of people unless the storm really gains strength, but we wanted to at least be here for those who might need a shelter until it passes.
Okay, and like you said, you've already got people that have come in.
We actually just got our first family a few minutes ago, so we will have some people here. We just don't know how many at this point.
Okay, now you guys are doing more than just staging people here. You've actually got feet on the ground near the area that could be affected, correct?
That's true. We actually have 4 volunteers that went out yesterday to Jackson, Mississippi and to Baton Rouge, Louisiana to help with the pre-landfall preparations. And they will be there at least through landfall and will probably transition into the job itself once actual landfall is made.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you more later. Now, coming up tonight on KSLA News 12 at 6, it's going to take a lot of people to actually run this facility. And we're going to tell you what you need to do and what people can do if they want to help tonight coming up at 6. Reporting live in Shreveport, Adam Hooper, KSLA News 12.
Okay, thanks, Adam. That shelter is now up and running. Now, the local Salvation Army is also prepared to take in up to 100 more people at their Shreveport location, but they are asking for some help to get things ready. They're looking for things like new or gently used bedding, toothbrushes, toothpaste, toilet paper, and paper towels. You can drop off supplies at the Salvation Army on Stoner Avenue in Shreveport. Also new at 5. LifeShare blood centers are asking for anyone who's able to give blood to do so in preparation of Tropical Storm Isaac. After the storm makes landfall, the ability to donate and collect blood becomes much more difficult and typically results in a significant drop in donations. And that means donations must increase now in order to continue an adequate blood supply during and after the storm. If you want to help out, to find out how you can donate, call LifeShare 800-256-4483. The storm is also likely to cause problems for people all along the Gulf Coast.
This is a huge storm. Late yesterday afternoon, it was estimated to be 800 miles wide. That's huge.
Mississippi state leaders are preparing for a worst-case scenario as Isaac slowly makes its way toward the coastline, but they're hoping for something far less. Governor Phil Bryant says the state has done everything in its power to be ready for Isaac, and what it comes down to is personal preparedness. This is a voluntary evacuation that's underway there right now. And we're continuing to track Tropical Storm Isaac throughout this newscast. You can also stay up to date 24 hours a day on our website. You can track the storm's path and see a list of all the shelters in the area. That's all at KSLA.com. All new at 5, a Texarkana family is reminding drivers to watch out for motorcycle riders after the loss of a beloved family member. The deadly crash happened in 2008 in Texarkana, Texas. The driver at fault was reportedly talking on her cell phone at the time. After their son was killed, Debbie and Randy Green started the Heath Green Motorcycle Foundation.
His body took the whole brunt of the vehicle. Heath Green Brandy Coker
It was
Brown.
May 18th, 2009, when a motorcycle wreck took the life of 31-year-old Heath Green of Texarkana. The accident happened when this car hit the motorcycle Green was riding 1 block from where he worked.
He was killed in the same intersection that we brought him home when he was born.
The police called it an unfortunate accident, and it was a whole lot more than that, you know, for us. We lost our son, and a little boy's without his daddy because somebody was distracted for that 1 second.
Shortly after this accident, the Green family, along with Brandy Brown, began the Heath Green Motorcycle Foundation.
And our very first fundraiser was a really big fundraiser. And then 5.5 weeks later, Brandy got killed.
Brandy's death also was the result of a motorcycle wreck in June of 2010. The Green family continued with the foundation, and just 4 months after Brandy's death, another close friend died from a motorcycle accident. Jimmy Goodson was killed when his motorcycle collided with a car on Farm to Market Road 2516 in Liberty, Iowa.
It's like they were all my adopted kids, and it was all over again. But trying to save, you know, somebody else from the heartache has really helped a lot.
The good Lord has been with us through all this. There's no way we could have got through it without him, and he has brought us this and what we're doing now.
And the Heath Green Foundation is designed to educate motorists to look twice, save a life, because motorcycles are everywhere.
But I just want everybody to not have to feel the pain that we felt.
With the aid of volunteer donations, the foundation also provides monetary assistance to families affected by motorcycle accidents.
We don't have a lot of money right now, but as we keep going, we hope to get bigger and bigger, and hopefully one day maybe have some scholarship money.
Brandy Coker Brown, Jimmy Snook Goodson.
And as the names are read of all the bikers killed over the last 3 years, their memories drive this crusade to protect the bikers on the road today.
Pittman, Two Dogs, Tim's, and our littlest angel, Tommy Ashton Roden.
The Heath Green Foundation has a fundraiser scheduled for May. Donations are needed to keep the foundation running. To find out how you can help, call this number, 903-826-0021. 1/3 of Americans are obese, and one doctor says they have no place in her office. In today's Health Alerts, why the physician refuses to treat patients over 200 pounds. And Storm Tracker Steve continues to keep a close eye on Tropical Storm Isaac for us this afternoon. Steve?
That's right. Isaac could make landfall in as little as 36 hours from right now. I'll track him for you next in the KSLA Storm Tracker 12 forecast.